Hi guys, I was looking at this one the other day. I downloaded it off Thingiverse earlier this year sometime. 3D printed it, MakerBot Dynamo. So basically we've got a step up gearage here, or gear linkage. So we actually spin the little electric motor fast enough to generate enough power to light the LED. And when I was looking at this last time, I mentioned it might be interesting to try and use the components out of a solar light to store the power, because at the moment there's no storage here. This just goes straight into the LED while it's turning. So I thought I'd see if we can modify this to put that circuit board here, link up that LED instead of the red one, so we've got a white LED, and power it from an electric motor. So I've got a motor here that I've obviously used in the past for something. I imported the Thingiverse files into Tinkercad and modified them. So hopefully, yeah, that will be the right size with a bit of a push that way round. So I've cut a hole in it, or 3D printed it with a hole in it, so that will fit in there. I'm leaving it all open so we can actually see what's going on, but ideally you would actually cover this back over, because we've got little sharp bits of wire sticking up that's going to stick in your hand while you're playing with it. We'll move that LED to the front there, so we'll have to extend the wires. I've also put a hole up through the middle there, so motor's going to go in there. The wires from the motor are going to go up through there and come out here, so we can link them to that. And then, so say we'll have to extend the wires from the LED to go back down through there, across there, up there, out to there. So I will get on and do that and see if it works. These are the gears from the Thingiverse file. It's designed to have a bigger motor than I'm using, so I've put a sleeve in there so we can use the smaller motor. I did the same with that one. In fact, that one's not even glued in place. That's movable. And I also had to reprint the gear. That's the original gear with a bigger hole in it. I reprinted it with a smaller hole in it so that we can stick it on the end of there. That gear, that gear, that gear, and that gear are straight download from the Thingiverse file, which is why we've got that there when we don't need it. That, and that are the pegs I'm going to put in the top. They don't come with a Thingiverse file. I think you're supposed to screw it in place, but I 3D printed those little pegs to go in instead. I think that's, oh, and that's the handle. That handle there for turning it. That handle actually comes with that file, and also a bit of plastic to go on the front here to hold the LED. So that, and a little bit at the front were all in one file. I separated them out because I wanted to modify that on its own. So I had to print that separately. Does that make any sense? I actually had trouble importing them into Tinkercad. It didn't like the files very much. I had to run them through a STL fixer file to tidy them up for Tinkercad. Still, that's all done now. I'll put it together and we'll see if it works. No, we won't. We won't be putting it together because I realise I've made a mistake. When I printed this one, the adapter sleeve, I made it just long enough so that the motor sits up under there and there's still the big gap underneath. With this one, I printed the sleeve all the way to the bottom. That's no good because the back of the motor sticks up. So if I try and push that in there, it's only going to go in up to that point and it's not going to be sticking out the top. So I'm going to have to reprint this. That was a mistake. That's annoying. Okay, we'll abandon this for now. I'll leave this in the video just for information or outtakes or whatever. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.